right? So can you now see my screen? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So again, today we're going to learn about basic tasks for creating a PowerPoint presentation. I know that most of us is already aware and have already used PowerPoint. However, not all of us are really experts in doing the PowerPoint presentation. So the objective of this class is not to be experts at the end of the class, but we are at least able to add to the skills that we already have. All right. So again, basic task for creating a PowerPoint presentation. So this one is considered a PowerPoint presentation. All right. So first and foremost, what are the topics to be discussed? What is PowerPoint? Getting MS Office PowerPoint. We have the importance of learning how to create a PowerPoint presentation. We have the characteristics of a good, effective PowerPoint presentation. What are the menus and toolbars of PowerPoint? What are the basic tasks for creating a PowerPoint presentation? What are the available PowerPoint slides in our channel Atomy? How do we edit those existing PowerPoint presentation in channel Atomy? And how do we present this presentation in Zoom using a computer or a mobile phone? So first and foremost, I'd like you to recall back then, how do we usually present? Usually for a classroom setting, we have either the blackboards or the chalkboards and the whiteboards. This has been very popular before and even now because some teachers still use these boards, right? What is the problem with that is that you always have to write whatever you want to present on the board. And not only that, of course, you have the chalk and it's color white. The board is color green or dark green or black. And then it's too boring. Aside from that, if you are like writing mathematical equation, it's very hard to always keep it being there, to save it there on the board, because you're not only the person that is going to use the blackboard or the chalkboard. And then came the whiteboards, wherein we have been using the whiteboard markers. So again, it's basically the same. You always have to redo or to rewrite whatever you wanted to present. And of course, we have the paper flip charts or the poster cards. Usually, these are books with so many drawings, charts, and the like. And then in the Philippines, it has been common to use the Manila paper, what we call it, or cartulina, wherein we write it there or we cut pictures and then paste it there. And then we show it to the class or we show it to a group of people. The problem with flip charts or poster cards is that if your crowd is like more than 20, then your flip charts will be very small. Okay, so next we have, of course, the projectors. So the projectors, this is what we call the overhead projector, wherein we are using the transparencies. Transparencies are like short bond paper size, like transparency. And then you write there whatever you want to write. And then later on, they were able to have anything printed there. And then you show it to a group of people. The problem is that this is also limited because the size would also be limited to only a few group of people. And then, of course, we have the slide show projector, usually used for pictures. If you are very familiar with Mickey Mouse in Disney movies, Mickey Mouse has been shown there. Every movement of Mickey Mouse is the start of the Disney movies. All right, so these are our projectors. Nowadays, we still use projectors, but this time we call them the still projector, but for multimedia. Multimedia pertaining to something which is on the computer. Okay, so this is used to show your PowerPoint presentation, right? So again, what is PowerPoint? PowerPoint is actually a presentation program which was created by Robert Gaskins and Dennis Austin for a software called your Fortoth Incorporated. And it was released in April 20, 1987 for Macintosh computers initially. And then later on, Microsoft acquired that by paying 14 million 3 months after it has appeared. So that is why PowerPoint became a component of the Microsoft Office suite. And then it was first offered in 1989 for Macintosh and then 1990 for Windows. When we say Microsoft Office suite, that includes your MS Word, wherein you type your documents, your MS Excel, wherein you put on your charts or your numerical reports. And then it's like your spreadsheet for Excel, and then of course your PowerPoint, and then you have your publisher. Before we have the Access. The publisher is like for editing, and then Access is for the database. Okay. So how do you get MS Office PowerPoint? Of course, it's usually a licensed thing, very expensive, and then you always have to like buy it every year. You have to update it every year. But of course, here in the Philippines, we have free downloadables, which we call a cracked version of MS PowerPoint. If you get a good cracked version, then basically you don't have to like download it again the next year. So, however, for PowerPoint or any other MS Office applications, it has to be compatible with your MS Windows, your Microsoft Windows, or your OS, okay, your operating system. So for mobile phones, you can easily download PowerPoint in Play Store or App Store. And then, of course, online, we also have what we call our Google Slides. Google Slides is really similar with PowerPoint, except that there are no animations in Google Slides, or what we call, if Jess calls it a bling bling, I call it like a storytelling because it has a lot of animations. Okay, so what's the importance of learning PowerPoint? Of course, number one, it saves your time. Would you imagine if, for example, you were using a blackboard or a chalkboard, and then you're going to explain to a lot of people, you have to redo it again. But with PowerPoint, you can always save time because if you know the tool, you can always use that. And then at the same time, if you are like using the tool every day or even every week, then you are able to create very nice presentations instead of like poking around the toolbar, wondering how to do the basic task. That is why it is very important to learn how to create PowerPoint presentations. Number two, you can sell more. In Atomy, we call it like prospecting because if you have a very good presentation, then you're able to educate or you are able to make a sale to that person. Remember, if we are able to register somebody that we have invited, then that's considered like a sale for us, even though he or she has not purchased yet. At least you were able to present it to that person. And then nowadays, because pandemic is over, it is nice to like meet a group of people, and then instead of like talking and talking, it's really nice if they can see pictures, and that is through your your PowerPoint presentation. Number three, of course, to show and tell, and usually a picture tells us 1,000 words. For example, if you wanted to, in Atomy, if you wanted to discuss about vitamin C, and then if you do not have an existing vitamin C on your hand, and then you can always show the picture in your PowerPoint presentation. Number four, of course, for future proof, you can reuse and customize your presentations faster. So in Atomy channel, we have a lot of PowerPoint slides there available. You can always redo that, make it more personalized, but be sure that the content is the same, except you can make it more personalized according to the specific person or meeting or event that you would want to share it with. And aside from that, of course, Remember, if you're going to use blackboards or chalkboards, you have to always write it down, something like that, or even the overhead projectors with the transparencies. You always have to keep all of those transparencies with you. So really nice that everything will be in multimedia form, which is your PowerPoint presentation. And of course, number 5, you can organize and optimize. You can improve the file management and workflow. So to quickly locate all your images, your icons, your visuals, your contents. Okay, so remember, with having a PowerPoint presentation, you can add all videos of testimonies of a particular product in Atomy. For example, all testimonies of Himohim, you can readily put that in your PowerPoint presentation so that when you present it to the group, you just click on the link and then it will automatically go to the link of the testimony. All right, so that is why very important for us to learn how to do PowerPoint. But again, it's not that easy because it takes a lot of years to really be adept with everything that is there in the PowerPoint. But at least we have to know what are the characteristics of a good and effective PowerPoint presentation. With your slides, it's really nice if you have objectives, topics at the beginning of your presentation. Why? Because you are able to set expectations to your audience, and then they would not be like, oh, how long will this take, or something like that. At least you are able to set their expectations, and you yourself also will be able to know if you are out of topic already or you're still on track. Number 2, make it simple, concise, focused on the topic. For example, if we're talking about PowerPoint, I cannot add, of course, a slide about YouTube or about TikTok. I cannot do that. I can only link it there, but I cannot always have like another topic which is out of the topic anymore. Okay, limit words of the slide. Be sure that your audience is listening and that your audience is not reading. Number 4, you have to use more of a high quality visual aid diagrams and pictures. Make sure that it's not blurry, it's not out to date, and then it's really clear. And then the picture versus the background of your slide is in contrast. Okay. Use accurate and relevant charts and graphs, especially if we are talking about the Atomy marketing plan. We have to be really particular about this, that it is accurate and relevant. Number 6, high quality fresh templates. For example, if a group of people has been listening to you for more than several times, and then you're going to present this slide, make sure that you add another picture, you add another slide, or maybe change the templates. Templates is the theme also, okay? And then you can choose appropriate fonts. Be sure that your fonts are readable. You cannot use a script font wherein it's too small and then you cannot read that because your audience will not be able to appreciate that as well. And of course, choose your colors well and make sure that all objects are aligned, and you have to limit punctuation. For example, you wanted to stress on something or you feel elated, do not use a lot of exclamation points. Instead, just use one exclamation point and maybe you can just discuss that to your audience. And with a speaker, of course, to be a good and effective speaker, you have to be well adapted to your audience interest from beginning, middle to end. This is very, very important, especially if later on, of course, our team has many plans of having our own one-day seminars, or even we can have everyone be speakers in seminars for Atomy. We have to be very connected to our audience. And there is always positive energy during presentation. Of course, you always have to smile. There is always a smile in your eyes as well because your audience will see that. And you have to be confident and self-assured. Me, as a presenter, I've been presenting and teaching all of this like 20 years ago, since 20 years ago. But every start of a presentation, I always still feel nervous, and that is normal, but you have to be really still confident, because your audience will feel that you are not confident. If, for example, you are like stuttering, it's okay, but not until the end of your slides. Okay. And then, of course, you have to have questions and comments from your audience. In that way, you would know that if your presentation was effective or not. And of course, you have to always rehearse and practice. So, for example, it's your first time to present a product for Atomy. You always have to at least run through your presentation once. Okay. So now let's see these examples. So example number 1, for example, this is a slide, US wireless market Q2 2010 update. If you would notice, even if I zoom this, there are a lot of words. Your audience will not like this anymore, because it is like he's going to read from your slides. Next, you have these 5 great productivity apps. Notice that the background is neon green. However, you have some texts which are not in contrast to your background of the slide. So the tendency is your audience, or even you yourself, cannot read the text anymore. And then this one, you have a picture at the back, and then there is still a lot of text, and then a picture at the back, so it's not also in contrast. For example, if the black text goes to a black background, then it will not be readily read as well. And then, of course, this one has so many information here that your audience cannot read anymore. If you want these things to be discussed, then maybe you can categorize this one and then put it in individual slides. And lastly, you have this. Notice that the PowerPoint slide background is like a pattern, blue color, and then your text is green, which is neon green. You cannot even read this text anymore. So these are examples of very bad and ineffective PowerPoint presentations. And that is one of our goals, why we would want to teach everyone, so that in time, if we are the ones who are going to present, we are going to be ready already. All right. So now we go to the menus and toolbars of PowerPoint, what we call now the ribbon tabs. Again, this is just basic, so that everyone will be familiar with the tabs. So the first one, if you open your PowerPoint, you will see home there. Home will have the cut and paste features, the font and paragraph options, and then what you need to organize your slides. What is cut and paste? Cut and paste, literally, you cut something, you cut a picture, you cut a text, and then you paste it into another thing. Okay, it's like cutting pictures in your magazine and then pasting it in a bond of paper. All right, so in PowerPoint, you will see that in home. Of course, the cut and paste, if you are really experts already, there is fast as hands, there is a shortcut in your keyboard. But for a start, just be familiar with your home button and then cut and paste. Number 2, we have insert, which will let you add something to your slide. This includes your pictures, your shapes, your charts, your links, your text boxes, your videos, and more. So insert means, usually for Atomy slides, we do insert pictures, we do insert shapes and links, and even videos. Okay, links from your YouTube, wherein you just click that and then it will go directly to YouTube. All right, so that's insert menu. Number 3, we have the design tab. Usually for you to be able to add a theme or a color scheme, or if you wanted to format the slide background. So for me, if you can see this one, I have there a keyboard and succulents. So that is what we call your slide background. Okay. Number 4, we have transitions. transition. That means how your slides will change from one to another. You find a gallery of possible transitions in your transition to this slide group. And then you can just always click more here on the bottom, and then you will see a lot of others. So in my PowerPoint presentation now, I did not use any transition. Transitions later, you will see that if you mean if it will fade, if it will cut, and so. I don't usually use transitions, especially if it's a Zoom meeting, because it will make my connection slower. Okay. Number 5, we have animations. What's the difference between transition and animation? Transition will play around with your slides, while animation will play around with the content of your PowerPoint presentation. So for example, so note that you can see many other possible animations. You can have that appear, fade, fly in. Again, for Atomy, just use the very basic animations, because it's not always nice to like use a bouncing picture, a bouncing text. It's not also nice, because it, again, not aside from making your connection slow, but it will also, especially if your audience is like on the senior side, then their eyes would also be like be confused already. So for example, I'm going to click on number 6. That's considered an animation. It just float in. All right, so animation of this entire box here, and then the text. So the next is we have slideshow. What does slideshow mean? It is the way you set up your slides, if the way you wanted to present it. Usually, we have the from beginning or from current slide. So in Atomy, if you would notice, we would always present our slides from the beginning, unless if we were cut in the middle and then we have to present it from current slide. Of course, all of these are really nice, wherein you can even record your slideshow. However, that's already advanced. I will not confuse you for now. But of course, if you would want to learn these things and you wanted to try it on your own, you can always try it on your own, and you can always send me a text message, or even, a message in Messenger. 7, review. So from the word itself, review, that means you're going to add like comments. You can run a spell check, or even you can compare one presentation with another. I suggest, as for beginners, let us not compare one presentation to another, because especially if 2 PowerPoint presentations are different, then it will be chaos for PowerPoint. Unless if you have like a Word document wherein you wanted to compare the first document with the second and exactly the same content, that is okay. But with PowerPoint, it's really hard because you have pictures there. All right, so for review, for run spell check, you can always do it on your own. Remember, we have to rehearse and practice. That's the time that you review your PowerPoint presentation. Number 8, we have views. So views this time will allow you how you would want your presentation to look like while doing your presentation. Okay, so while doing your presentation, for example, if you want it like the normal view, or if you want to see the rulers, the grid lines, or if you wanted to look at it like the all slides only, so that is in the view menu. And we have here file. What's file? So it is usually the behind scenes wherein we have their opening or saving, sharing, exporting, printing, managing, and the like. Usually for file, you do the file save or file new or file open. Okay, this is also where you click on export if you wanted your PowerPoint to become a video and then load it in YouTube. You can also do that. Okay, and then last, we have the tool tabs, wherein if you click on some parts of your slides, such as picture shapes, usually this tool tabs will come out. Meaning, if you want to change the color of your text, the colors of your shapes, and all those. All right? So what are the basic tasks of doing a PowerPoint? Number one, you always have to choose a theme. If you cannot choose a theme, then you can start with a blank presentation. How do you do that? You have to open your PowerPoint, just select on New, and then select on Themes, and then click Create. So again, that's New, and then select on Themes, and then once you have selected a theme, you can click on Create. All right, so next, of course, you wanted to create a slide, so we have to insert a new slide. Just click on Home on menu bar and then select New Slide, and then you can select a variety of different layouts for your slide. All right, so for your slides, you can choose either title slide, title and content, and so on, depending on what is the next slide all about. Okay, but if you wanted to really learn, you can always start from scratch and then just do your thing. Okay, next, because we are trying to write something there, we have to know how to add and format a text. So to add or format a text, usually we have this one, a text placeholder, and then you can begin typing. Usually what is written there is click to add text and then type there. Okay, now how do you format your text? If, for example, it's too small, you can always change the font size, okay? Or you can always change the color. So select the text, drawing tools, and then choose your shape format. Text fill is the color of your text. Your text outline is the outline of your text. And then text effects is, of course, if you wanted it to have like a shadow or a glow or something like that. Okay, these are for your text only. And then if shapes, then choose this part. Okay, next we have how do you format the font size and the font itself. Just select the text, and then under the main menu, remember you have there your home, and then you can click here. Again, for effective PowerPoint presentation, always use a font that is readable. Okay, and then the font size is this one. Shortcut is this, upper, meaning if there's an upper arrow, that means you increase the size of the font. Lower arrow, you decrease the size. And then, of course, you can always have that either bold, italic, underlined, or with a shadow. So for this one basic task and add format text, what I did is it is in bold and then underlined and with shadow. And of course, the color is orange. Okay, so that is how you do that. Usually you do it bold if it's like the title of your slide. Okay, next we have adding pictures and shapes. Of course, to add shapes, you go to insert tab. Remember your insert tab, and then select shapes, and then just click on the shape, and then you click and drag. When we say click and drag, click on the shape. Do not release the left click of the mouse, and then you have to drag it to your PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so again, insert, shapes, and then this one here. Okay, all those shapes. And then add pictures. How do you add pictures? Same, insert, and then select pictures. Usually for pictures, these are already saved pictures in your computer, in your drive, or in your cloud. So you have their insert and then pictures. Okay, so again, this is saved pictures. How about if you don't want to save those? If you wanted to add pictures from Google or from Atomy's site, all you have to do is what? Go to your Google and then, or your Atomy site, and then, for example, I wanted to select this evening care set. I just have to hover my mouse there and then right click on your mouse, and then you have to click on copy image. Usually we can save the image, but for Atomy, because we have a lot of images, then there's really no need for you to save that in your computer. Because if you're going to save that, it will also eat a lot of space and it can slower the performance of your laptop or your computer. Okay, what if, for example, you wanted to get a picture from our Atomy site? Same, for example, this one, just right click and then copy image and then right click in your PowerPoint presentation and then click on paste. Okay, question, what if, for example, your picture has a lot of things there? You can always crop, C-R-O-P. Okay, so how do you crop? I'll teach you later. All right, so now we have a slide. We were able to add pictures, shapes, and text. What do we do if we wanted to duplicate slides or delete slides? So if we wanted to delete a slide, single slide, just right click again and then delete the slide. If multiple slides, the same for all applications in MS Office. If you wanted to delete multiple, you have to use the control key in your keyboard, CTRL, press and hold that, and then right click and then delete slide. All right, how do you duplicate? The same, right click on the slide and then duplicate. So it's like this. This is the normal view. You have your slides here, like say, for example, 1 to 19, and then just right click on any slide that you want to delete or duplicate, and then just select what you want to do here. Duplicate slide or delete slide. Another view is your slide sorter view, wherein you will see all your slides. Same, right click and then either duplicate or delete slide. So what if, for example, you wanted to rearrange your slides, you're done with your presentation, you're trying to review. Of course, you wanted it that it's according to your topic. So you wanted to rearrange. You can do that. Again, on the pane on the left, you have to click the thumbnail of the slide that you want to move and then just drag it. Okay, if you want to like move multiple slides that are all in sequence, then again, use your CTRL or control key and then drag it. So how do you do that? For example, this number 4 slide, I want to put it in before number 1. Just click on that slide and drag it up there. Same with the slide sorter view. Okay, and then so we are actually done with the basic task in doing a PowerPoint presentation. Now, if, for example, we have slides and we wanted to present in our Zoom meetings or even in one-day seminars, of course, usually we have to use the presentations from our channel Atomy. How do you go there? From your Atomy site, just click on channel Atomy, ch.atomy beside your @gmall, and then it will go to another window, okay? And then, of course, once it pops up to another window, you have all of these. And then it's usually in business resources or products. And then you will know that it's PowerPoint because the extension of PowerPoint is PPT. Okay, so product PPT about Atomy Iron, product PPT about Derma Calming Sunstick, and the rest. Okay, so what if, for example, you don't have it there yet? That is okay because sometimes Atomy is not also updated with some of the slides, but you can always use the other sites. This is Philippines. Okay, how do you go to other sites, for example? But first, example, I click on PowerPoint for Atomy Iron. If I click on that, you will see this window and then it will be shown here. There is no slide presentation here. You have to click on these arrows, previews, and next. And then you can also download the PowerPoint presentation if it allows you to download, because for some it will not allow. But usually most of the PowerPoint presentations are downloadable. So if you click on the arrow here for downloading, and then it will be downloaded to your computer. Where does it go? It goes to your download folder in your computer. Okay, so what if, for example, you wanted to change, or for example, you wanted to learn about a product that is seen in at Gmall, but it's not in Philippines, so you can go to another region wherein it is available. For example, you can go to US, you can go to Singapore, just change this part. Okay, so if it's Philippines, it's PH, you just change it to US, and then everything will be shown what is available in the US. You can change to SG if you wanted to look at Singapore. You can change to UK, Canada, CA, and so on. Okay, so all regions have their own Atomy channels. So now, how do we edit? For example, we have downloaded a PowerPoint presentation from Channel Atomy. So once we have downloaded that, for example, Atomy Iron, we just click on the file found in your Windows Explorer, and then once it opens, you just click on Enable Editing. So if it will be enabled already, then you can add your own text here, you can add pictures, links, and so on. However, there are some PowerPoint presentations, especially about the marketing plan, wherein you cannot readily change the pictures. It's already there. It's part of the background of the slide. So just play around, because once it's already downloaded in your computer, that means that it's already yours. Not literally yours, copyright, but it's okay to play around with a file. All right. So how do you present this time? If you wanted to present using Zoom, of course, you have to open your PowerPoint presentation, and then there are two icons here. This is the reading view. This one is the slide view. Usually I use the reading view, and this is how it looks like. It has still there your PowerPoint label. But if you're going to use the slide view, that's like full screen of your PowerPoint presentation. But of course, you have to be in a Zoom meeting, and then you have to share your screen. How do you present using your mobile phone? For example, you are done with your PowerPoint presentation using your laptop, so you can actually put that in your mobile phone by like sending it to your email, and then open it in your mobile phone, and then you have to open Zoom in your mobile phone, and then once you have opened your Zoom, and then open your PowerPoint presentation, and then share screen. It is all the same as with using your computer. All right. So again, with great presentations, great opportunities, but to achieve great presentations, you always have to learn the tools first. And PowerPoint does not only come with a lot of design flexibility and functionality, it also comes with a lot of software that requires a bit of learning, of course, to extract the maximum out of it. So which means these are only basic tasks. So the talent, the presentation will always be from your end, but of course, not always on the first try, second try, even years before you actually can create a very effective presentation. All right, so before we proceed, if I'm like in front of you, I would of course check your computers. But since we are actually in a Zoom meeting, so again, remember, this is your PowerPoint, this is your home, insert design, transitions, right? So if you always wanted to like go to your slides, just click on here. See, click on that one. And then if, for example, you are here, you're trying to add a text, just click on this. If you wanted to edit, just highlight the text, and then you can, there's a shortcut actually there, a pop-up menu, or you can go here. All right. Always change the colors, whatever you want. Okay, if you would notice my background, you cannot change that because that is the background set for your, it's like a theme. Okay, so there, And then, for example, this one is a shape. It's a rectangular shape, but I added text. How do you add again a shape? You have to click on insert, shape, and then how do you drag it? Just drag it there. Wait. Okay, there. Just drag it there. And then, of course, remember, your format menu will pop up if you have selected. Oh, for example, this is my encounter usually for seniors. They will say, how can I edit it? I cannot edit. It's all grayed out. If it's all grayed out or disabled, that means you have not selected your shape yet or anything. So just select, change the colors, and so on. You can even add text. Always right click, edit text, and then you can always add your text there. Oh, for example, you have this, you wanted it bigger. Then where do you go again? Home, make it bigger. So shortcut, just press the upper arrow. Okay? Okay, another tip, for example, you're here, it's all text, and then you wanted this one only to be red. You can always highlight and make it red. And then be sure that when you change the font, you always have everything highlighted or click on everything before you press on anything. Okay, because sometimes if you like, you're just like here, your cursor is here. And then I wanted to like change and then I said I wanted to make it bigger. Only this one will be bigger. Check, see? Only MS became bigger. If you wanted everything to be bigger, you either can click on the whole box or you have to highlight everything. All right. How do you add the buttons, the numbers? Just go to your bullets. These are bullets under your home, or you can add numbers here under numbers. All right. You can also indent, left alignment, middle or center alignment, right alignment, and then justified. Okay, so for PowerPoint, usually left. Remember, for PowerPoint, less text. Okay, and then here, how do you create? For example, if you wanted to do a animation, you always have to go to animation and then just click on there. The simple ones are up here. The very blingy thing are here, which is very distractful at times. Okay, so for example, you were trying to create your PowerPoint and then this one came earlier before this one. You can always change that in your animation pane. Okay, this one here. You can say move it earlier or move it later. You will know that because here you have numbers. The numbers will appear if you click on your animations. But if you don't have animations, it will not appear. So you always have to go to animations before you can actually check the order of your animations. All right. And then, of course, we have slideshow, or you can press this one. What else? Wait. For text, for example, this one is like a shape, but how do you insert shape? Insert shape, right? And then, for example, I will insert a circle there. Oh, Crishelle or Ching, what happened? It cannot be seen because there's a fill. You have to just change your fill. Go to shape fill, then just say no fill. Okay, there. If you wanted to stress on something. All right, and then again, if you wanted pictures from outside, then just go to your site and then paste it here. For example, this one, this picture. Okay, wait. I'll go here. And I'm super irritated with the ladders there. I can always crop. Of course, you have to select your picture. And then you go here to format. And then you can even have that. Oh, look, you can format your picture. Notice the frames. and then, or if you wanted to crop, then crop. Just click on crop, and then you will see there the black lines, and then just crop. Okay, there. It will save you time. Because if you do not press on crop, if you do that, then what happens? Okay, just press crop, and then there. The original picture is always there if you wanted to put it back to its original form. Okay. Oh, for example, you have like the background of your slide. You have to use another tool, another multimedia tool, and then just right click, format your background. And then once you format your background, for example, you have to choose picture there. For example, I want to change it blue or gradient or picture or pattern, then pattern, and so on. All right. So how do we do it? If we wanted a background, you have to create that in another application. Okay. All right. So that ends my presentation. I will stop sharing. The floor is now open for your questions.
Thank you, Sales Master Crishelle. That was a very detailed presentation of how to use the software PowerPoint into making it as a tool for us to use to help present our ideas, show others, sharing Atomy and Atomy products. So thank you, Sales Master Crishelle, because that's actually that course is actually when me and Crishelle used to work in the computer school. We present this in like a 3 or to 5 months period, the whole thing, and she just kind of like squished it in 1 hour, and that's impressive. So thank you again, Sales Master. So the floor is now open for any kind of questions, while Chin is here or Crishelle's here. If you have any questions with regards to what she has just discussed, please do ask the question. Any questions? I know it's a little bit overwhelming, but the thing with this is to make sure you practice. So if you have already this software in your computer, practice, like anything. Like for example, you have a birthday party coming on. Okay, let me do a presentation of that person's from baby to current date. Like you could put pictures and stories, and then make a slideshow out of it. That's a very nice idea for a birthday, actually. So then you could practice from that. And then of course, with our Atomy business, you could also make your own, or of course, if you are in a rush and you don't have time, sometimes we do that. We don't have time to make our own PowerPoints, and Atomy has provided us with the tools, free tools. Where can you find a company that make you a business partner? You are a business owner. You sign up for no fee, and then of course you become a business partner when you have 10,000 PVs and points in your account, which is very easy. Just buy the things that you need, and then Atomy provides you with this free tools. Just go to chatomy.com. If you don't even need to kind of oh, I need to make PowerPoint. If you don't want to, then you don't need to. You just go to chatomy.com and download. They have information. But sometimes not all the items there or the products are not in there. So we have sometimes, that's why we make our own, and we want to add our own additional information. So that's why we need to learn this tool too. So I hope that presentation really helps. Let me see in the chat if there's any question.
And also, I'd like to add, Jess, usually if I wanted to really expand our business in Atomy, doing a PowerPoint presentation and presenting in front of a crowd is really very helpful, because it will Remember, Atomy is also broadcasting, so everything is done using the PowerPoint. So it's really nice. And sometimes if you would notice, there are PowerPoint presentations wherein it automatically clicks onto the next. You just have to really play around with the animation wherein you don't have to click it yourself. I remember doing the video for birthday of Miss Christina and Sir Easy, and then I have Utang with Jessica. I just use PowerPoint to do those videos. I just play around. Yeah, so it's really a very nice tool.
Sheila has a question. Raise your hand.
Yeah, good morning,
Hi, Sheila.
everyone. Hi, Jess. Yeah, I have a question. With PowerPoint, isn't it that you, because it's a business, right? Microsoft, you have to buy the software and install it on your computer. Isn't it that you have to do that? But the program itself, like here in Canada, costs like $100 to buy, and so many pirated, or I wouldn't say pirated, but there's so many ways of some people want to it to be free, because the Microsoft program itself is only good for, let's say, 5 years. And then you buy a new computer or a new desktop. Isn't it that you have to install that program again? Because the desktop that you buy, the new one, doesn't have all those programs for
Yeah.
Microsoft. So you have to keep buying, because every so years the program is changing. There
Okay.
are some features in the program. So,
Mm.
and it's very expensive.
Yeah,
So
I
it's,
sense.
yeah.
But here
So
in the Philippines, again, we have the crack versions or the I don't know if it's available in the US and Canada, but here we have that the crack versions, and it's even available in the internet. And then sometimes if for some companies, if like you buy a laptop from them or a desktop, usually they will have it added it there. Here in the Philippines, of course, but in the US, you always have to buy. I think, Jess, the license.
So when you buy a new computer or something, there is a what you call it, a 30-day trial. But of course, after that, you are opted to, to buy. Christelle was just saying that you could always use the online version of
That's a
the
good
program,
guide.
and it's free. Yeah, there's an online version. It's similar to the other free programs. So if you go to Microsoft, there's a light version, they call it. So it's something that you could do it online, and then it will allow you to do some PowerPoint editing
Mm,
too. There's
basic.
yeah, the basic, not so fancy. The fancy ones, yeah, you have to really buy especially here if you're in the US and Canada, they're very strict with copyright with us with the original software than they do. But there's also other options if you don't want, all the bells and whistles of the newer versions of PowerPoint. Aside from the uh, live version of the PowerPoint by Microsoft, there's also the Google Slides. So like where's my little Google Slides here? I want to share with you just to look at it. There it is. Let me see. There it is. So you could do the same thing with the Google Slides. So if you have a Gmail account, you could all log in with your Gmail account through Google Slides. So when you go in, like if I'll go it just because I'm already plugged in. So see, it will let me do like here, I have my facial slides over here. So I could do the same thing, move the slides around like that. I could add a slide. See here, and you could do the same thing. You could change the background color, like so. If you just play around with it, it's there. But the thing with the live versions, this is another version of a live version, but this is from Google. This is the Google Slides. there are live. So the features are only simple. It's not as fancy as the PowerPoint, but it is there if if you only want to do the free version. And the Microsoft has also their own version also for the slides. If you also, if you really want PowerPoint, if you like, if you bought the older versions like me, I still have the Windows from 19 forgotten. Like, as long as your computer is compatible with it, you could still run the old versions and do the PowerPoint. But that was like also the the bells and whistles are also very simple, not compared to data. There's a lot of animations now added. I mean, there's animations in the old versions, but not anymore. So we have a lot of options nowadays for presentation. But again, if you don't want to do all that stuff, go to CH Atomy. You're already you're already done. Just download and present, and that's it. So, any other questions or any other additional information that well, thank you, Cristelle, for that uh, reminding us that we have the live versions. Any questions? All right. So yeah, practice on your own at your own time, because the only way you master how to present is practice. Whether the making of the PowerPoint or also how to present is also practice. Practice makes perfect. Oh, thank you, Cristelle, for that's the one, the link for the live version of the PowerPoint is office.com. I think you're just opted to create an account, and then you can go to access. You could even access other applications of Microsoft. So thank you. So yeah, so there's a lot of tools that we could use for our business. It's just like any kind of business. Yes. So any other questions? If there's no more question, before we end, I'm just going to share with you and remind you to tell your partners next week. This is our topic. Okay. Can you see this? So for Philippine time, it will be 12 p.m. So the new time now for November 13 for Philippine time, we have our real-time facial demo as per requested by some of our partners. We are going to have another one because I know this is also practice makes perfect. Sometimes you see it one time, you don't remember how to do it. The more you do it, the more you remember. But so we're going to do this too next weekend, November 13, Philippine time, 12 p.m. and another session at 8 p.m. So that would convert to Eastern Standard Time, US, November 12 at 11 p.m. And then for the second session for the US, Canada, Eastern Standard Time will be 7 a.m. November 13. Anyway, we'll be making a proper poster here before that time, but I just wanna make sure you let your partners know, because I know some people have been asking for it, and we can't always do this every week because I mean we can, but we have other topics to discuss and everything. Also, what else I had to say? There was something I forgot. Oh, it will come to me. But anyway, anything else, Crishelle, that I forgot? I know I had something else that I forget. Anything you want to announce?
Yeah, we have the whole week of November for the
Oh yeah. So
we just have to have the mechanics for the
yes. I'm just waiting for I already made a poster, so I'm just waiting for approval from Miss Tin, Diamond Master Christina, and if not, I'll just post it, and then the mechanics and everything
And
soon.
are we
I'm just
allowed to say the December activity?
Oh, sure. Yeah, might as well. So
Yeah. So we're going to have like two, I think two for the Christmas gifts, two sessions, and then we will be having our mini concert by December. It's like a get together of all. Atomians, especially those who really attend the Zoom meetings. So we're going to have fun, drink in front of your laptop.
Camera. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
like
we
a yeah,
yeah.
Zoom Christmas party for all of us.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
if you have a talent, so that will be December 17, right, Crishelle?
yeah. I'm going to get
17 with
my
only one session. That will be the 12 noon. December, is it December 17 or is it December 18?
17, 18. Yeah.
Oh, so it's
So
December 18. It's December
17,
18 for
18.
you for Philippines. December 18, 12 noon. If you have that
Mhm.
will be our Zoom, Philippine team global party, Christmas party. So of
So it's
course, Christmas,
lunchtime, eh?
huh?
Lunchtime Philippine time.
Yep, Philippine time. Yep, 12 noon.
Ah,
We'll just keep the
so
same time, just one day. So no more the second session. So we'll have
yeah.
a Christmas party. So anybody who has a talent for singing, if you don't want
Mhm.
to sing live, you could record yourself in Smule or
Mhm.
whatever that thing, and you could share that. If you have a talent for dancing, you could record yourself dancing, to the Christmas tunes. If your talent is to, what do you call that? Like extemporaneous poem recitation about Christmas. Ano ba? What's that in Tagalog? I forgot. Uh, Tula or something. Yeah, no, there's another one, like a speech or something. If that's your talent, yeah, go for it. We're gonna showcase everybody. So we're not gonna be what if talent's baking? Oh, you could show your cookies and then we will be like salivating about your you can
TikTok
share
time.
pictures and we were like
Or you can
uh
you can, for example, if it's baking, then you can pre-record that, and then we can
oh yeah, or you could show
video.
us, Christelle, you could kind of pre-record yourself something you're very special, like not really the secret, have like something like you want to share, like a simple recipe cooking, like cooking
Mhm.
show. Okay, I'm gonna make whatever crinkles, whatever uvi leche flan crinkle, for example. I don't know if there's one like that, but so you're gonna show okay ingredients. So you could pre-record it and show like just short, like
Mhm.
yeah, not a lot, like something simple. So they can, okay, for Christmas, this is my contribution to this is how to cook this and that. So TikTok that, oh yeah, there you go, Alan, you're gonna do TikTok, okay? So yeah, just something fun, because I know we've been kind of doing all this, learning, but it's also we're also going to be have fun. And then during that Christmas party, because we will be having a contest, which by the way I'll be announcing soon. I'm just waiting for um, you know, confirmation for that. We will announce the winners of our best Christmas gift idea contest, which is the mechanics I will post soon. And then of course we will also have the one, because of course the best Christmas gift winners will be chosen by voting poll. So, and the voting poll by Survey Monkey, which I'm gonna send the link once people submit their entries. And then the voting poll will be on a certain time, time frame, and then whoever votes will also have a chance to win a raffle prizes. So we will do the raffle on December 17th too. So we have all fun, dancing, cooking, singing, poem, recitation, whatever. Um, if you have acting, that's why not. Again, TikTok, you can do that. So something fun, like just like with the parties we have over there in the Philippines, which we miss, we do it like online since we're just far away. So if you have any questions, you could always ask me, Christina, and Crishelle, with regards to that one. But that's coming up. That's in our, for December. So excited na. So make sure you practice, okay? So, and do your, record or whatever. If you don't want to do it live, do recording, and then we could share to everybody. Okay, I don't remember what I was supposed to announce earlier, but that's okay. If I remember a post, there was something, but it just went away. This is really bad, when you reach a certain age, menopause. Anyhow, it was probably not so really important, but if you don't have any questions, let us know. Again, if you have any questions, let us know. If not, we will end this meeting because it's time to go to church. All right. If there's no more questions and no more additional things, let us do our company motto. Are we ready for a company motto?
Ready?
Ready.
Company motto, go. Cherish the
Cherish the
spirit.
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 Create the
Create the vision.
Vision.
Follow the
Follow the
faith.
faith.
serve
Serve
in
Serve in
Serve in
humility.
humility.
Aja,
Aja.
aja.
Aja. Aja.
Aja.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Great
Good
week.
night.
Thank you po, Kuya George, Cynthia,
Night.
Flo, Christelle, David, Richie,
Good night.
Malu,
Good night.
Christina, Alan, and Jojo. See you again next week for our beauty facial. Let everybody know, okay? Let's
Good
let's
night.
bring everybody bring facial, and then because when they know how to do it, or you could actually do it like in a group too. Like we could do that too if you have have a product, have somebody in your house and do it while we do it. That would they would feel like, oh yes, I like this. Okay. All right, see you everybody next weekend. Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.